deep down the field, and the pass is caught. No, it's...
Now, I know no one wants to know my opinion. I'm nobody. I just did have a perfect bracket that was ruined by this. See, it wasn't ruined by this catch, though. Let me find the real play that made me upset. It was this play. This is the play that really made me upset. But going back to the Brandin Cooks not catch, I do believe that the referees got that call correct. I do believe that call was made correctly. Brandin Cooks never had possession of the ball. So this is a bit hyperbolic, but let's imagine Brandin Cooks was a limp body. He was just limp. Like, he got hit and, like, he's just fucking limp, right? Like, he, like, no, like, his body's just a limp. Like, he's like a fucking dead body, right? Like, like DeMar, like, like, imagine, like, Damar Hamlin. Like, imagine the ball was laying on top of Damar Hamlin. Imagine that. If the ball was carefully laying on top of Damar Hamlin and a Broncos player comes and picks it up, did Damar Hamlin have the ball? No. Was the ball on? Did he touch the ball? Yes, he touched the ball. He did not have possession of the ball. I do not believe Brandin Cooks had possession of the ball. I think that was the right call. And for the owner to blame that play when that wasn't the ref's fault. That was just a bad, I mean, not even a bad play from Josh Allen. It was one-on-one coverage. Brandin Cooks is a small receiver. Just a fantastic play from McMillan. You can't say it's not. Now, the fumble before the first half. Let's talk. You know what? I'm going to try to find, like, everywhere where it's just like, what the fuck are you doing, Josh Allen? So it's right around here, right? Where this was in an atrocious play from Josh Allen. An atrocious play. This is an awful play. Instead of taking it to half, he does this shit. Causes a fumble, and then they get a 10-point swing. Denver scored in the last drive. Right? And James Cook had a fumble. Or did James Cook have a fumble? I don't think he did. No, he did not. I don't remember when the other Josh Allen fumble was. I don't. Off the top of my head, I don't. I remember the interception to number 6 made a great play on the ball. I think it was right here, right? Was it right here? Number 6 made a great play on the ball. Right, there it is. Number 6 made a great play on the ball. He's thrown into double coverage, but, I mean, he's trying to make a play happen. I don't really agree with that. So, let's cross off an interception. The Brandin Cooks, that was just a freak play. Freak play. You know it's a freak play. But one-on-one coverage to Brandin Cooks, I'm not really doing that, but, hey, he did it. So, 2 interceptions. One of them wasn't necessarily, like, you know, it's ticky-tacky, the Brandin Cooks one. I'm under the assumption the refs made the right call. But the other interception, I think, the one where number 6 got... What's his name? I don't want to keep calling him 6. PJ Locke? I've never heard of that name in my life. Also, I don't really like the Broncos. I think the Broncos are still a fraudulent team after this, but I'll get back into that. So, great play from Locke on the pick. So, what really irked my gears, let me find it. What really irks my gears is the fact on the last drive. Okay, so it's after this, right? The game-winning, it's right here. Look at this bullshit. This actually is going to make me upset. I'm actually going to get a little hot. So this is the last play of not the last play of the drive. The last drive of the game. This, you know, both teams have had possession. This comes after the crazy Brandin Cooks shit, whatever. Right, whatever. Okay. Look at this pass. Okay, you can't see me, but I'm doing air quotes. Look at this pass interference call. So in the last drive of the game, over 50 yards of penalties. So the second pass interference call that was later called on the Marvin Mims. I'm not talking about the Marvin Mims one. The Marvin Mims one, I mean, that's a pass interference, whatever. I mean, I guess, right? Like, sure. I mean, it sucks that bro, like, that's such a weak way to end the game. But on a technicality, is that pass interference? Yes. But that's not the one this play has me so fucking hot. This play has me hot. Because so for the last over an hour of football, they have allowed hand checking. They have allowed physical, you know, coverage because both sides have been physical. They've allowed hand fighting from both sides. Both sides have been hand fighting. And the fact that this is the last play of the drive and they call the tiniest hand check. Watch this. I think it was Taron Johnson on Cortland Sutton right here. Look at this. So still no flag thrown, which is where. So this is where they are telling me that, not telling me, I guess, but telling everyone that this is where the flag occurred right here. The flag doesn't occur. Look, that shit's late as fuck. That this was an awful call, and no one's talking about this, and it's becoming in the skate. Do they show like a replay? But look at this. Look at this. They have allowed this all game long. They restricted a Buffalo receiver very similar to this earlier. Like this has been like they're both holding each other. This has been a physical game all, and the fact that this is called. Look. So look at where he lets go of him. Look at where he lets go of him. It is not restricting him from catching the ball. He's just staying with him. And look, so the ball's not even close. And look, his hands are free. And the flag still hasn't been thrown. Look at that. The flag still hasn't been thrown. And his hands are free. His hands are free right now. And the flag still hasn't been thrown. Still hasn't been thrown. Still hasn't been thrown. Look, he's gearing up to throw the ball, and the ball's about to hit the fucking floor. How is this a flag? Look, flag still hasn't been thrown. Flag still hadn't been thrown. That is an awful call. And that sets up the Marvin Mims, which, by the way, Bo Nix threw on an alleged broken. I guess it's not alleged. He did break his ankle. Okay, he did break his ankle, but apparently he threw this ball on a broken ankle. So this is so this call on a technicality. Yes, it is pass interference. I mean, it's pass interference. I really think they could have let it slide, but it is pass interference. But this call was set up by that awful Cortland Sutton call on a 2nd and 10 that would have gotten third. It would have been 3rd and 10, and they have to convert. 3rd and 10, they have to convert, and they're on their side of the field. It's a much different game. It is a much different game if it's 3rd and 10 and they're on their side of the field and they need to convert on 3rd and 10. Much different game than this where they're sitting on a fresh set of downs past the 50 and he's able to hawk it up and get a pass interference call on like the 10-yard line, 5-yard line. And so this I agree with. I think this was pass interference, and I think the Brandon Cooks catch was called correct. This is an awful call. I cannot tell you how awful of a call this is. Considering they have allowed this all game. They have allowed this all fucking game. They've allowed this. They've let this slide all game, and they choose now to call it. There is zero consistency in this refereeing. The refereeing in this game was atrocious. They got 2 calls right, but this call was awful. And it's just the fact that there's no consistency. And we don't get really a reasoning of what is a catch and what is a catch. Why is this pass interference and this isn't pass interference? Why do you call it here, but you don't call it here? If you're going to call it every single time, or don't call it at all. Don't call it in the most important part of the game where, like, this is clutch moment and you're going to call this. You're making this about you. Let the football teams play physical football and let's see who deserves going to the next round. You like stop trying to butt your way into this shit. Like, and we don't even get to hold them accountable for these awful calls. There were awful calls the entire game, but this one specifically, we don't get to hold them accountable. Look at this. The flag still isn't thrown and his hands are free. I don't know. Did he tuck his arm? I say that. Let me see. I'm sorry. I don't know. Stuff like that was going the whole game, and they weren't calling it. And there's just zero accountability. I think that's the issue. We need to start holding refs accountable. The same way we interview head coaches after the game, why can't we interview a ref after the game, after a controversial call? Say, what did you see? Tell us what you saw. And if it truly is 50-50, then tell us that. Just say it was 50-50, and in the moment, we made this call. I would respect that so much more than letting shit slide the whole entire game and then choosing to call it last second and ruin a season for Buffalo. But more importantly, they ruined my bracket. Awful refereeing ruined my bracket. That's going to be the name of the title of the video. Awful refereeing. I truly believe that was awful refereeing. That was like an Asian accent. But awful refereeing. Truly. Still think the Broncos are frauds, and it's unfortunate that... Okay, before I say that. And it sucks that I'll get to that point. I'm sorry. It sucks that Josh Allen had 5 turnovers. It really, really does suck. It sucks. Because people are using that as a scapegoat. As if Josh Allen wasn't still in the game till the last drive. They were in the game till the last fucking drive. So obviously you can't have 5 turnovers and win because he was about to do it, but the refs made an awful call. And so that awful call just takes away the rest of the it actually just makes me upset. Because he was about to win with 5 turnovers. And the Broncos, by the way, won by 3 points off of 5 turnovers. Holy shit, look at that. They had a triple single basically with yardage from the, what the fuck is this, bro? And it sucks that they're not able to expose Bo Nix next game because, bro, they did not play good. They did not play good. The refs were just, I know I sound fucking stupid, but the refs were on their side. 5 turnovers and you only win by 3 points? 5 turnovers and you were down in the fourth quarter? I don't know, man. I'm just saying. Think about it. They had 5 turnovers and they were 3 points away from winning, and they only lost by 3 super close refereeing calls in overtime. And then they fire Sean McDermott, which is an awful, awful decision. But yeah, I just hate that the scapegoat for the awful refereeing was 5 Josh Allen turnovers. Because yes, Josh Allen had 5 turnovers, and yes, he allowed that field goal at the start of the half. But he tried his dick off. But too many mistakes from Josh Allen. But that wasn't really the reason why they lost. Take away those turnovers, and it probably a Buffalo win by 7. So I guess on a technicality, yes, Josh Allen, it didn't help. But obviously it didn't help. But it just sucks that the scapegoating is becoming the Josh Allen 5 turnovers when I think there needs to be an honest discussion by the refereeing. I think there needs to be changes, and I think there needs to be refs being held accountable on every sports. The fact that they're able to, let's say the Vikings Saints call. Could you tell me who the ref of that call was? Who's the one that actually threw that flag or didn't throw the flag? All the refereeing. And let's say the Dez Bryant catch, we need to hold let's say when you're introducing a ref, put at the bottom the famous missed call that they missed. We need to know. These referees aren't perfect. They're not. I don't know. I think there needs to be some accountability, and even sometimes where the referee says we were wrong, the ref, not the NFL, the ref, hold a press conference and say I was wrong. You're not void of criticism either. You're not allowed to run away after the game. When Josh Allen gets criticized, or a Dak or a CJ Stroud or a Dak Prescott gets criticized, but we don't get to criticize the refs. I just think that's backwards. And I think the Broncos are still fraudulent, man. I'm taking the Patriots to win. They ruined my bracket. I truly and Broncos clearly, it's clear as day, sold Bo Nix's ankle for this win. It's clear as day, and no one's talking about it. No one's talking about the witchcraft this team has. Have you ever been to the Denver airport? Have you heard about it? I'm just saying, Bo Nix's ankle might be in the Denver airport. But yeah, I still think this team is pretty mid.